fan might kind of deteriorate, but that center rod, it's called, usually stays intact.
So that's usually why we see that stalk.
Yeah, you always see the stalk, and maybe like a thicker center branch for one coming out from the main, per se, trunk in the middle. But I know there's, like in the Caribbean, for some of the Gorgonian fans, there's a disease called Gorgonian wasting disease. And that's, they believe it's from anthropogenic influences such as human waste. There's something found that's killing them, and so it's basically eating it away completely, and they call it wasting disease because it almost just, it starts in an area of the fan and just dissolves it and spreads out. So if there's like a small hole, it'll be small and just kind of literally disintegrate and then move outward. And so this doesn't look like it's doing that. Whatever's getting them, it's just like killing them and making them weak enough to just fall apart. But they're not, they're still keeping at least like their main rod.
There's more.
So it's interesting.
Yeah, there's still like a lot of weight on this, but it's...
I'm good.
I'm good.
Peyton, we're good, thank you.
I got peppermint tea.
Oh, nice. That is delicious.
It is delicious.
So if you were asking the question, if it's normal to see fish here, and it might be, you know, Hercules is loud, so of course we could be scaring some of them off, but we are still pretty deep, so.
Yeah, we're about 1,200 meters deep. You wouldn't expect to see nearly as many fish as shallower up, but I would have thought we would have seen a couple fish by now.
I feel like the question about the noise of Hercules comes up a lot.
Yeah.
And for the viewers out there, if you were to walk by, let's say, a large industrial tractor that was operating, that's about the noise level. Because we're running, all the thrusters are hydraulically operated. So we have a hydraulic motor that is constantly running. And that's the primary noise that scares the fish away.
So that's pretty loud. I didn't realize it was that loud.
It is very loud, yeah.
It'd be interesting, I don't know technologically, if there would be a way to have a quiet ROV. It'd be interesting to see if there would be a
just use an electric
drastic
motor?
Change. Yeah, like an electrical, yeah, that's a good point.
And also, so this is a hydraulic vehicle, there's electric vehicles that are just as loud. So,
so not necessarily
any
better.
Yeah, any better to go with electric thrusters.
Okay.
Because even then, you still have a hydraulic motor that runs the manipulators or the hydraulic functions, like pushing out the sample file boxes or swing arms or whatever.
Yeah.
So you still have some kind of hydraulic motor running.
Gotcha.
That being said, other ROVs that I've worked on that were, say, electric vehicle, you typically will, when you're done sampling or doing something, you'll like idle your hydraulics, so it gets quieter. And in one instance, we were running around doing transects like this, landing, gathering samples, and then picking up and moving 10 meters forward, landing, gathering samples, and doing this transect. Stand by. I have questions. Yeah, follow the contour on sonar.
Stay to the left.
Yeah. And what would happen was there was a school or swarm of fish that every time we landed and dialed our hydraulics up so we could sample, they would swim away. The whole school would just swim away. And then as soon as we would lift off and dial our hydraulics back down to idle, they would come back and swarm the vehicle. And we did that for
that's interesting.
Almost, like kind of a similar transect like this, like 100 meters, and have this swarm come in and then leave, and then come back in and leave.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Is there an advantage to electric besides that? Like
not really.
Thrusters?
It's just
alternate mode.
You have to have a different hydraulic bottle versus a electric bottle. The thrusters on an electric vehicle have a motor pod.
Okay.
And then on a hydraulic vehicle, you just have hydraulic pod, if you will, or manifold, right? Yeah.
Look at all of those dead coral branches.
Yeah. Oh, there's a sponge.
I can't hear you. I still can't hear you. What's going on with my mic?
That's a big anemone to
Where?
port side. Do you see that? Kind of
No.
9 o'clock at the lasers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that.
Can we get a zoom on that?
What?
The anemone
Super large
on the
anemone
left?
port side. Now it's about
Oh,
8
is that
o'clock.
a Bathypathes right next to it?
Yeah, that looks like a Bathypathes.
Is that an anemone?
I think it's one of those Anthomastus corals.
Oh my gosh, that's a huge
Yeah.
Anthomastus.
I think it is.
Can you talk again, Summer? Nice.
Oh.
So, the viewer who asked a question about how you can train to do a job like this, we have internships. If you go to Ocean Exploration Trust website, you can check out all the different internships that we offer, and you can apply. We actually have 2 interns
Wow,
on right
Fish
now.
or shrimp? Sorry to
Where?
interrupt. 9 o'clock.
I think it's a shrimp.
Aw. Sorry, Brian.
You're fine.
It looks like a shrimp to me. Yeah, I think it's a shrimp.
Are we done with the transect?
Yeah. No, I think we still had a few meters left. Can we go to the right? It looks like there's rock on the right on the sonar or something.
We're at one little plateau of the ridge.
The whole ridge.
Oh, that's a zoom in. I need to zoom out.
So the internships we have are ocean science,
Yeah.
that's what
Oh, I
Peyton's
see
doing,
that little.
So
seafloor
this is all
mapping,
flat.
ROV
Yeah.
engineering, and video and filmmaking, and that's what Anthony's doing.
Highly recommend applying.
Absolutely.
It's just so weird that it's on our starboard.
And they're paid internships as well.
They are. You can't beat that.
Oh, you definitely can't.
It's something I do for
That's
free,
cool.
so that's like huge bonus.
So you're saying you want to give the money back?
I didn't say that.
I was gonna say, be careful what you say, honestly.
I'm just
20 meters left.
Ooh, there's a big anemone.
And ROV internships. Summer, who's piloting Hercules right now,
How many meters
5 years
we have?
ago was a ROV intern.
Yes, and here I sit, many moon later.
Those are huge whip corals.
Yeah, they're really tall.
1 Scott? 2 Scots?
Maybe 2 Scots.
Maybe 2 Scots.
2 whole Scots.
Man,
That's a bold
that's big time.
accusation.
Are we near the end of the transect? Because that coral over there looks like what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I
That's
was
really
already
cool.
eyeing it.
Yeah.
We have 10 meters left, so if we
Oh, hey,
Okay.
good timing.
stay
No.
right here, maybe.
Maybe just mark this point and then we can turn around. It's not too
No,
far.
Oh,
a
away.
that's
single
about
fish.
10 meters in front of us. We should be about there. at
Oh,
the end
And
of
then,
it,
Lily,
yeah.
will the transect still work if we rotated like our path a little bit?
Oh, we've definitely rotated
We've
our path.
rotated the
Already
path a lot.
rotated.
Yeah, like does the
But we still have the
photogrammetry
distance.
still like
Yeah, she's maintained the same altitude,
okay?
so it'll all still work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an altitude to the bottom thing to ensure that the cameras are in focus.
So the computer can still recognize that the image has been rotated.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yes.
what I just wanted to check. Thank you.
You were asking a question about does the excitement continue in our off watch? And the answer to that's yeah.
7.
We have a lounge right off of the mess where we eat, and the lounge and the mess also have the displays, and so we watch and see and hear everything. And whenever we're diving, we typically are sitting around watching if we're not doing other things. The ROV team typically is usually pretty busy maintaining vehicles or preparing vehicles or doing whatever maintenance they need to do to keep things running smoothly, but we're all very passionate about what we do, so.
Maybe finish the transect here and then like back down. It's like, it's 4 meters left, so like just stay up here, yeah.
To our viewer,
ooh, yeah, just stay above it. I like that idea.
Are those crinoids down the rock?
I think I see what you're talking about.
Like a row of them all the way down?
Yeah,
I don't know what that
gonna
is.
guess yes.
It looks like it. Maybe
because we've been seeing a lot of them on like the downslope of rocks.
Mm-hmm. What's the current down here? It's not, doesn't look like it's, yeah, it doesn't look like it's too strong.
The viewer who asked the question will be diving until 8:30 local time. It's about 2:08 in the morning right now, so just under 6.5 more hours. And I don't know if there's any ROV internships or programs similar to this in South Africa. That's a good question. A Google search might be able to help you out.
No fish. 1308.
Is that the end?
Yes.
Lily, you're off SPL.
All right, that's the end. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
That was 100
Just
meters.
been quiet.
This is freaking out again.
Because Hannah has it set up where she's listening to everyone, and I'm just like on SPL, which is fine.
Sorry.
But sometimes you'll like laugh at stuff that I'm like,
you're like,
it's
what is
not
she laughing
SPL.
at? I'm going crazy.
Sorry, yeah, I was
Okay.
talking about the pilots about how to do the transect, and I didn't want to interrupt everyone.
It's the middle of the night and I'm half asleep. I'm laughing at
It's
random
good.
stuff.
Just laughing
Are
at
we
everything.
moving
I'm laughing at random stuff
Are we
in
moving
my
to
head.
investigate that?
Yeah,
coral
if we could
again?
check
Yeah.
it out.
We're at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I think any of those.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, is it getting too steep?
No, I mean, the wall
Nothing
is
summer can't handle.
135. Yeah.
Hmm?
Okay.
And Hannah, we're coming back to that coral that you were eyeballing.
Okay, awesome. Thank
So
you.
it did get included into the transect on,
Yeah,
on the
I
photos.
saw that.
So
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, here's another one to the left that looks like it just fell apart.
So the viewer who asked a question about why we make that mosaic of the ocean floor,
Yeah,
whenever we
drop
do,
down altitude.
I don't think that's it.
whenever we do a transect or find
Oh,
a point of
it's
interest.
that one up there. Sorry, I was looking at the one down there.
What was the
You're right, yes.
question?
I was just answering a question about why we make the mosaic of the ocean floor, but
Oh.
you are more than welcome to handle it should you be
Yeah,
interested.
so ideally we would like to get certain metrics. So with photo mosaic imagery, you can get like a size of a coral, length, the height, you can get rugosity, but also too, we'll be using them, Sanctuary will be using them just for outreach purposes as well, to have a 3D reconstruction of the seafloor to give people that didn't see the ROV dives or don't have access to internet, then they can come into the sanctuary and see on the screen there a 3D image to give you more of a reality, I guess, how would you say that?
Perspective?
Yeah, like a a more realistic perspective of the reef, because you have that 3D structure, and you can turn it around, you can spin it, you can tilt it, so you can really see. So like if we were to do one where these rocks are, you'd be able to see the rock formations in more detail and really see how they're shaped and how far off the bottom they are, and same with any organisms that are on top. So it just gives you a more like realistic view.
Certainly looks like it.
Yeah, so let's see here.
I guess the questions I would have looking at this one, where are the dead areas, and then are those branches on the ground still alive?
They look like they might still be alive, at least this one in the front here.
Summer, are we able to get like sort of a level view of it?
It is kind of zigzaggy looking.
It just looks like it's in mid state of decay.
Yeah.
It's a good description. So, let's see. I saw one that looks somewhat similar.
It's a shame that these corals have had whatever has happened to them, because I can't imagine what this place would look like without any.
I'm
There's
sure
just
it looked beautiful before.
holdfasts everywhere.
Yeah, and they look like they were large colonies too.
Yeah, look at how many holdfasts there are on this rock. Just like spotted all over it.
Do you think it might be Madrepora, Oclata, aka zigzag coral?
I was looking at that one before.
Potentially, but I'm not.
Look at it again.
It might be Rostrata again. Just
I
a
think
white
this
variation.
I'm definitely seeing like a stronger axis on this.
Right, yeah.
Like it's not bending to the extent that the images.
That the zigzag is, yeah.
Yeah. It could be an elapsomia. The branches don't look like they extend thin enough. So that's why I was sort of just gonna guess another Paragorgia.
Yeah, let's look at the...
But it's hard to tell, especially when it's white like this.
Yeah.
Just gotta have the stick of science. Stick of science.
Let's see.
Like the waves just picked up a little bit. Great question. We actually...
Yeah, I think it's Paragorgia. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
We did take some samples of the
I
coral
would say
earlier.
it looks more like Paragorgia than...
Had to see some...
Analopsamia.
Analopsamia?
Analopsamia.
Sorry to interrupt you, Brian.
That's alright.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
Go ahead.
I was just answering the question of a viewer who's asked if we did take the sample to try and figure out what might be happening to the corals, and we did that, what, 20 minutes ago?
Yeah,
yes, we took a a sample of a living and dead branch off of the same coral. That was at 12:20, so it would have actually been closer to an hour ago.
Can you grab some stills of that, Peyton?
Yes, I can. So this looks like a mix of living and maybe dying.
Yeah,
it's
in the process of dying.
Yeah, do you see up towards the top, like those
there is
open
some white,
pores?
yeah.
Did you get the stills of that, Peyton?
I did.
Cool.
I'd really like to get a full-on shot of the coral.
The whole thing?
Yeah, like level with it so we can really see what areas are dying off. But I also understand that this is like
I think
a
we're
cliff
on like
face.
a funky,
Yeah,
location.
it's not going to be easy to
We
get
could
it.
maybe zoom out more and
Thank you, Anthony.
Uh-huh. Or Peyton, I'm gonna blow it out so you can get a picture of the
Sure.
dead looking bit.
Got it.
Cool, because the light's all weird. Because it's so bright. Like,
Yeah.
the coral's white, but that part's black.
All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let me look at the map and see where we're at. If we want to... Could you zoom out, Lily, a little on the map, please? Yeah, just to see where
I'll
we're
come off and you want to practice well.
We're kind of on a bit of a shelf here.
Did you guys still want a side
We're
view of this
still
coral
on
here?
It would be nice, but if it's hard to get
Okay.
it, then don't stress
Like a
about
side
it.
view, I can just like hover and.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if there was like a very
Sure.
strong
Yeah,
current
just
or-
the better visuals are like when I can land, but
Yeah, of course.
you could still get some stuff. I'll just lateral over.
Thank you very much.
Y'all.
I think we'll just kind of stay on this. Well, it looks on the radar that there's some hard structure to the right. So maybe we'll just follow this rock
Should be.
as we
accurate.
go out. Ooh,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
something
sorry.
purple there.
Enable.
Oh,
There you go.
that might be a Gorgonian coral.
The purple thing?
Yeah.
No, it's just on.
I think it's a different
Pretty
species.
sure, yeah.
Maybe.
It's not doing anything. So,
Can we get a zoom in on the purple?
Yeah, it's working on the key.
Summer, you mind if I
then?
zoom in on that purple coral?
Possibly.
Try the keypad. Yes, go for it. Okay, yeah. Just use the touch or the
So I think
screen.
that whole colony's dead, and the polyps, when it's
your
alive,
click
are
screen.
that
I'm touch
purple.
screen.
So you see that, Peyton?
Yeah. I don't know. It looks like the...
I don't think it's a different colony.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
it
it's
looks really
attached to it.
thin. Like, the branches on the main coral colony look really thin, and that one looks like a very thick
I think because
stalk.
it's the axle branch. That's
Okay.
why.
Let me look at some pictures of purple Gorgonian
I
corals.
saw some.
Yeah, it doesn't go very far left at all.
There
Did
you
you
go.
get some grabs of that real quick?
I did.
Okay, awesome. Let's yeah.
So that
I
whole
think,
thing used to be purple.
I
That'd be
think
really pretty.
so. Let's see.
Purple corals are going to be under Gorgonians, maybe other.
Okay, I know I saw them earlier.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I need to see it from the other side to be convinced.
You want to see it from the other side?
Is that
maybe
possible?
The
if we could
purple
even
thing
just,
or the
like,
whole thing?
The whole.
see the purple from a different angle to see if it's connected to the main.
Yeah, I can lateral a little bit more to the right.
Thank you
and
very
then
much.
Turn.
Let's see.
This is just really
Cute little
fascinating.
yellow coral.
Oh yeah,
It is
Hmm.
cute.
it's hanging in there.
Oh, sorry, I'm at the extent of my tether, so
You are? Okay.
That's-
Torigata.
I was
I
just trying to
cannot
keep our
actually move.
It's a small colony though. Can't really see the big overall growth form.
Any idea on how old a coral that used to be this size would have been?
I'm not sure. Let me see if I can find growth rates for
Okay, I think you're right. I think it is
Gorgonians.
attached directly to the main stalk.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it.
Yeah, just stand by with to move the ship because I'm stretched out.
Yeah, could we get
My
another?
guess would be it's a Victoria Goriata.
If you want to sit here for a second, we can zoom in again
yeah,
somewhere.
Goriata.
I don't know if that works
Summer,
for
you don't. Yeah, if it's too difficult to move.
You got some
laterally,
stills though
it's
of the.
fine.
I mean,
did,
I
yeah.
like
Well,
can't
no,
move
it's
laterally.
just
It's just the
The
ship.
ship,
Oh.
because
Yeah.
the ship needs to,
On
yeah,
a leash.
Oh,
it
I. Oh.
drifted,
okay.
so.
Wow, so that whole thing is dead.
I think you're. I'm not seeing any other polyps on any of those branches.
Would we want to sample
No, I
it?
think the whole thing's dead.
I mean, if
I don't know. I don't.
It makes me wonder, the last one that we sampled, it might have Was there live
There were
tissue?
polyps
There
on
were,
it,
yeah.
yeah.
They were
there was
white though.
living tissue and there
There
was dead
was,
tissue.
yeah. Yeah. We won't sample this guy. That's interesting to see that just that little sliver's alive.
Yeah, because I'm not seeing any extended polyps on the rest of it.
No, and I think it's all dead. Because if you look at the one that has the live polyps
Yeah, you can definitely see like
on the main axis,
branch.
it's the same similar color.
Yeah, there's no
Wow.
there's no polyps extended anywhere on that surface.
Wow, what a beautiful coral it would have been.
It would have been
Or when it was
gorgeous.
alive. Huh, interesting. And it's not like, so if corals are stressed, well, we're deep though, there's no zooxanthellae. And they wouldn't lose. Yeah, this is really interesting. I'd have to ask a deep sea coral expert.
I
I
know the
wonder
subject of your next paper.
if they see, yeah, there you go. If they've seen this elsewhere, where there's just these massive areas. I mean, we're so deep, I don't really think like anthropogenic influences would have an effect.
Okay, that's 10 centimeters. I'm gonna guess this is maybe a meter square.
What?
How big would you guys say
We're
this
just trying to get a
is?
size estimate really quick.
Yeah.
10, 20, 30, 40. 50.
I'd say like about a meter square.
Yeah, I'd say about a meter, yeah. I think that seems about right. Yeah. Okay, I think we're ready to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Where
So-
where are we headed?
Based on the sonar, it looks like if we go to the right.
So go along the ridge and not up the ridge?
Yeah, let's just follow along.
What's your heading? Gonna send the ship 180?
We'll do this for a little bit and then we can hike back up to the top later.
And do gorgonians turn white when they're dead?
What's that?
Do
They wanna go
gorgonian
along
corals
it.
turn white on death?
Not all of them. Usually they're like a brown. Once like the outside tissue kind of erodes away and you get to the rod, it's like a brown black. At least for shallow water. I'm not sure about deep water gorgonians, but shallow water gorgonians turn, yeah, like a dark brown black color. Oh wow, this looks pretty steep.
Yeah, we're on a really steep cliff now. But we're good to go along it.
Okay. Wow.
Somewhere's
Ooh.
gonna have to wait for the ship to catch up, though.
Thanks for joining, Mike Notham.
What did Mike say?
He says take a sample. He wants to see the robot arm.
Ooh, there's something orange in the top left. Something circular?
Anemone?
Maybe.
I think I see it. Now it's right above the lasers.
Oh no, higher up.
Higher up?
It's smaller,
Yeah.
right up above the lasers.
It's like 11 o'clock right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to drift to
Can we zoom in on
10
that?
o'clock. Yeah.
Good eye.
There's a sea star.
Oh, it is an
Anemone.
anemone.
And another Antimastus.
Oh, nice.
And more dead coral.
Wow, I'm surprised you could see that from far away. Zoom out a little, and there was something else to the top left. I thought I saw, I think it's another anemone, the orange, yeah. Very cool.
And that must be pretty bright if we're able to see it.
Yeah, is
as
this a
orange from this
sponge
far away.
to the left of the anemone?
That was a
kind of dead
sponge,
center,
yeah.
was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, so many crinoids.
There's a sea star at the top left corner.
Ooh. I
Oh,
don't
do you see that big
There's another one of the
tufted
little orange
coral?
things, too.
No.
It's like a big cloud, kind of diagonal upper left between the two anemones.
The cloud-looking thing?
Yeah, the
I
cloud.
see the
Oh.
sea star.
Like center right now?
About center, upper
Oh,
left. Yeah.
whoa. Yeah, can we zoom in on that? Good eye.
What's the other anemone?
That's
Oh.
living.
Wow.
Let's get an ID on that.
Yeah. Oop. Oh, my
I think I've
screen
seen some
just
similar to
changed.
that. Is that a... Gonna get a screen grab. Thank you.
What is this guy?
Chrysogorgid? Yeah, it's a Chrysogorgid. I'm
There's
kind of
Another one, the
garbling
little
that as I
orange
say
thing.
it.
It's by that white sponge.
Chrysogorgid.
Let's see.
Because if you look at the ones in the guide, it definitely has that like tufted appearance.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
In the haze.
And there's another, I think, bamboo coral up there.
Yeah, it looks like a Chrysogardier. And the what other coral?
Bamboo coral skeleton, the white one.
Oh, yeah.
There's a sea
It's a
star
big
to its
one.
left.
Maybe that one was a pinata?
Are you going to species level?
I'm looking. I
From
don't
the
know. This
center
is going to be
screen, the
harder to
moved.
do.
Yeah. I'm just going to leave it as genus.
But yeah, that's a good idea. They look pretty.
They are. So, are we planning to head further upslope, or?
We were going to go along
Oh, okay.
on the same contour for a little bit.
Is that a sea pen right there?
Ooh, yeah. Can we? Oh, there's an
Maybe.
anemone. Can we get a zoom in on that?
If it is a sea pen, we should try to sample it. But that
Yeah,
might
we
be another Chrysogorgid.
we did have sea pens on our list.
I do see a Chrysogorgid to the left.
See all those crinoids lined up?
Huh?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I think that's a Bathypathes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the central, like, fleshy ray.
On SPL.
Mhm.
It's a really interesting
Wow.
skeletal system of that coral.
Look at the. It's attached to the coral. The
hold on.
Bathypathes. Huh. So, that skeleton, what's left, that's like the inner rod of the
Right.
coral. So that's usually what's left once
Mhm.
they die, and then all the thinner mesh that was in between, it basically goes away when it dies. Wow, these crinoids are huge.
They really like this environment.
A lot, yeah.
Did they just kind of take the place of the coral when?
They took
coral?
over. If you look too on the bottom right ledge, they're kind of lined up all right there. It's probably because they're catching the most stuff from the current at the edge.
What if they killed the corals?
Dun 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 dun. I mean, they could be carrying something, and when they climb on them, it exposes the whatever disease or bacteria that's killing them. Could be a possibility. They could be a pathogen for spreading it.
Yeah, a vector?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. That's a thought.
Wow, there's a bunch more dead skeletons. Yeah, this is pretty steep.
It's really steep.
But I mean, we've also seen a lot of
Yeah.
associate crinoids
It's
on other corals.
True.
With the step, I was gonna give him another.
But the funny thing here is that the corals are missing and the crinoids are still here.
Yeah, Argus
Just
is
because
catching
there's
up
not
with
as many corals
you.
for
You have
them
a
to attach
decent
to.
tether.
Yeah. There's a shrimp going out of left side view.
Oh, I didn't see him. Oh, what is that? A worm? Can we get a zoom on that? Oh,
We're missing some
our
people
zoom.
temporarily.
Wow. That's interesting. Whoa. Huh. Oh, wow, look at that.
Is it a jelly?
I don't think so.
Siphonophore or ctenophore?
No idea. Interesting how
Nice
he's
camera work.
moving.
A crab!
I don't know what that is.
I think it's a sample.
Ooh, it's cold.
You're back in the cold seat.
I'm in the cold seat.
Is that a starfish
Is
down
that a
there?
sea star down there?
Or is that another
Where?
toilet seat
At the
cover?
very bottom.
I
Oh,
don't see
Oh,
wow.
that one's so chunky.
it. Whoa.
Big boy. Orca.
Wow. Quite squishy looking.
Oh, yeah, it might be a siphonophore. Some of them have bells. Giant
yeah.
siphonophore.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Do you want to zoom in
There's
video?
another one.
I
Nice.
do.
That is an interesting looking sea star.
That is a very
Can
interesting
you
looking
get
sea
some
star.
grabs
It's a very
of that?
interesting
Yes.
looking toilet seat cover.
See if we can ID.
Oh, it looks like a brain.
So lumpy.
It's like warts or something.
That's a big madreporite.
Oh, it's
Like
got like
30 or
little
40 centimeters?
hairs at the tips.
Could that just be its feet that it's sticking out to catch
Could.
extra food?
Oh yeah, it could be kind of curling up.
Ugh. It's
That
weird.
is
I want to
kind
squish
of
it.
ugly.
I want to touch it.
Okay, go wide.
That's the first one we've seen that looks like this.
Alright, gotta start moving.
Sounds good.
Argus is catching up too.
Argus is about 10 meters off that wall.
Yep. Okay.
What
20 meters?
species are you?
20 meters?
Oh, sorry, 20 meters off, yeah.
Which way is Argus going?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
How about... Oh, yeah, in Velatida. Some of these look pretty similar. If you go to, go back up and then go to VELATIDA. There's a couple that have the really similar, like, textured appearance.
Let's see.
Something interesting
They're
on that
all
coral.
Yeah, what's on the
Hymenaeus
end of that coral
species.
down there?
Is that a Venus flytrap anemone?
I think
Is
so.
that like
Go ahead and zoom.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Yep, looks like one.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second to get a grab. Done.
That's cool. You can see them upside down. So, Hymethancer
Hymenaster?
or what's this guy?
Or is it... I think most of them are Hymenaster species.
yeah, I think.
So I just like wrote that down as the genus, I think.
Peyton, there's a
Mhm.
shrimp.
There is a shrimp. That's the best kind of spot.
Yeah, Hymenancer. I would say definitely this is.
Okay, can you go wide video?
Could be
Thanks.
Pentagonalis? This species? It looks
Okay.
bumpy in texture as the one we saw.
Yeah, we're kind of close to that wall, huh?
Yeah.
Could we maybe position the ship?
She did.
We're
okay.
stepping. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going.
Sorry,
You're good,
My
you're good.
delayed reaction
Potentially, we at
to
least have
videoing
the
and
genus.
Yeah.
situational awareness. Coral. Cool. What was that?
Oh, what's on the, at like 12 o'clock? Is that a
It's another
Venus?
fly trap.
Is it?
anemone.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Those are so cool looking.
They remind me of like those silicone oven mitts you use to like take things out of the.
Yeah.
This is like a
They
steep,
totally look like that.
steep wall.
Wow.
This is a pretty intense wall.
Super intense.
The most intense.
The most intense.
Okay,
I
so
can picture like Superman
going
with
south
arm up.
still.
Phew.
Yeah.
Going
The
up.
ship is kind of stepping away from the wall right now, though.
Cool.
Should we
But,
go?
Still heading.
Would you
south.
prefer to go in another direction? Where
No, we
it's
can
not
keep going
as-
along
No,
this
no,
ridge.
okay.
We're
Yeah.
good. It's abrupt wall face. It's kind of cool though.
No fish anywhere.
Yeah, we haven't seen one.
The steeper rock face definitely has less fauna on it.
Mm-hmm.
Still some coral skeletons though.
Which is interesting because, well, it depends on the currents, but if there was high currents here, I'd imagine there'd be tons of
Yeah.
corals lined up on the wall.
Maybe they're all at the tip. Oh, there's still some
Well, it
crinoids.
looks like at one point there used to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, or at least maybe on top and they kind of fell down.
Well, there's all those holdfasts on the.
Mhm.
Right
And
there,
it's,
there's
it's
the lasers.
interesting, like, the corals here died, but you don't see corals replacing them.
Yep.
Something happened.
Well, if they
Do you want to
died
zoom
and
in video?
unsettled or whatever
Yeah.
had settled and started to
What are
new
we trying to look
recruits,
at?
those probably
I
died
don't know,
when these
just that
larger
stuff
ones
while we're
died.
waiting because my tether's getting stretched out.
There's
Alright.
another anemone.
Yeah, the
There.
anemone.
Upside down anemone.
Oh, what is that on the bottom right? Is that
Where?
a fish or something?
I
No,
don't know what
maybe
that
not.
is. On that dead coral?
Right next where the lasers are right now.
I think that's just a strip of sand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you're
looks
right.
like a hydro.
Look
Wait,
at the
hold on.
current right here.
Yeah.
I think
that's
it's
sand.
just sand.
Yeah, are you getting blown around
Because I
by the
can
current?
definitely see like a
We're
fish
getting-
shape,
For,
but I don't
yeah,
know if
for
I'm
a
just imagining
sec,
it.
We're
yeah,
getting fish desperate.
I think so.
We just need to see
Wow,
some.
that's really cool looking. Can you get a grab of that?
Yes.
That's a cliff. That's cool.
Wow. Pretty big rocks.
Have viewer just figured out why we
Get
haven't seen any
closer.
fish?
Why?
They're all in school.
Well, that's true. It is school time at 2:40 a.m.
Well, that'd be 9 a.m. East
Yeah.
Coast.
Yeah.
East
Yep.
Coast.
Is that in the,
The second day of
Wednesday.
school
Oh,
in
stretched out.
Richmond
Uh,
Hill.
we're
Oh
just
yeah,
at
that's,
20
that is
knots.
one. Yeah.
What do you
So
look at?
pretty constant the
The
whole
one on
time.
the left that we passed, that is
Unfortunately.
I just feel the vibration.
Yeah.
Look at all those crinoids.
Yeah.
Look at all those chickens.
Hey Kim from Norway, thanks for joining. We're going to be diving until about 8:30 local time, and it's about 2:40 right now. Got a little bit less than
What's
6
that?
hours left in
Zoom
this
in video?
dive.
Oh, there's another
Star.
sea star.
Sea star.
Alright.
Is Norway 12 hours out from us? Are they halfway around the world?
Oh, that's a good question.
What was the question?
Norway, are they halfway around the world?
GMT's 11,
For some
right?
reason I
So
can't-
Norway is, are they one away? I think they are.
So let's go with Oslo, Norway. That is 3:41
Either
p.m.
way.
in Oslo right
Deuce.
Close.
now. 13 hours.
Hannah, I have a question for you.
I think
Do you know if
France is
seismic
halfway around
events
the world.
commonly affect corals?
I'm not sure of that. I've never heard of anything in relation to seismic events having an effect, except
Starting to
maybe
go now.
breaking, right?
Yeah,
Argus is coming.
because I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would break them at the holdfast or at the accretion disk. But I'm just kind of thinking about like, why are all of these crinoids still here? And because they're more mobile, either they survived whatever happened, and like they weren't affected because they're crinoids, or because they were able to move away from a threat, or they just moved into this area after it got decimated.
I was just gonna say, I think maybe it's more that they moved in afterwards.
Yeah.
But that being said, in another area
Ooh.
up current, if there were corals, you would think they'd reseed these guys. But maybe it could be that the rocks are being coated with something that the corals don't take to, and maybe that's why there's no new recruits.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen a very few
Can you
smaller
move the nav screen
colonies,
up?
but
It's okay.
and maybe it doesn't, whatever's coating on the rocks, it's not affecting, doesn't seem to bother the crinoids. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess also with like the Gorgonian coral we saw earlier, if it had just been a seismic event that had broken it, the rest of the coral should still be alive because we saw most of it intact.
Yeah. Look at this big dead one on the left.
Yeah. Or on the right?
No, the one on the left that's on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, there's also this one on the right.
What's that dark red thing to the left of it on that, left
On
of the
the-
lasers on the big dead coral?
I
Red?
don't know.
It's dark
if
red
we
on
could
the
get
rock.
a closer look, that'd be
Dark
really
red?
nice.
Wait,
Yeah.
dark red?
See it.
Yeah, dark red.
Like sort of the patch on the coral.
It's right there.
Right, where?
I still don't see it.
I see nothing red.
Point
I
on the
know,
screen.
neither do I.
Right there. It's right there. It's coming
Oh,
to
there's
6
tiny
o'clock.
dark red thing.
6 o'clock?
Right, yeah,
Yeah,
6-ish.
6, 7, 6:30.
Oh, so down?
Yeah.
I don't see it. I don't see.
And then move to the left.
It's just there on the left.
I'm gonna guess Anthomastus.
Right there.
Where? Oh my, how did you see that?
Wow.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's an
Yeah.
Anthomastus.
Oh my gosh. Is that a brittle star underneath?
Let's like
too?
debate the color red right now, because
That's not
like
very red.
like a purple.
Wow. Good eye. You see the smallest little
Wow.
thing.
From way back here.
We had to get pretty zoomed in.
Way back
until
there.
I finally saw it.
Wow.
Okay. I can start to move now.
Sounds
So I can
good.
see a big fin coral above in
On the
Argus
right.
view, and there is a really large one to the right. If we could get a closer look at one of those, or either of those, that'd be really nice.
That big coral hanging off the end?
There's
where?
one really big one
Okay.
above us,
Avalanche of
which you
dead
can see in
coral.
Argus.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and there's like the one on
Roger.
the edge down there.
Sure.
Oh,
Whatever's
Alright,
easiest.
coming up, Scott.
Ready?
Excellent.
It's gonna drive me crazy not knowing what happened to all these corals.
yeah.
I know. I asked Marika. She hasn't wrote back. I don't know that she's still on the chat,
Wow.
though.
That is
Whoa.
Look at
large.
that.
The Argus view didn't give you the
That's
sense of
big.
scale for
Oh,
that.
there's a shrimp to the right and a little yellow coral to the left.
That was large and in charge.
Oh, there's a pelagic shrimp to the left too. You can see
Oh.
There's
the.
3 of them.
Oh yeah. There's a.
Another
Suck
one?
them up. Yep, there's one.
Oh, I see it.
Center.
Toward the base, yeah.
They're swimming against the current.
Wow.
They
Look.
got the large fan-shaped pleopods.
Yeah, this current's like a thing here, huh?
I know.
Yeah.
It's coming
That's
down
so
the ridge.
huge.
Wow.
Can we try and find some living portions on this coral, please?
Yeah.
Actually, Hana, if you,
Yeah, no,
I'm just
of
like really
course.
excited and like
It's huge.
back here. Yeah.
Yeah, look at
If
that.
you look at the Argus cam, it looks like it's the entire like
You zoom in
front
Argus.
Whoa.
of her.
Hercules.
Like,
Yeah.
That's good, thank you.
Yeah, wow.
it's like
look
a
at that.
Scott tall and a Scott wide.
It's
That's one
pretty
square
large.
Scott.
What's going
One square Scott.
We need some illustrations of this.
Maybe you could do
We
that
should- we
later.
turn to you-
Paint into
turn to
a
you,
one
Payne.
squared Scott.
One square. Scott.
You gotta make the whole rectangle
We
a
need a
Scott.
side-by-side
I
comparison.
just hope I'm
Correct.
still trending on Reddit.
All right, stand by.
Are you landing to look up?
Yep,
Okay.
stand by.
There's a little tiny brittle star.
Oh, he is on the
Oh,
left hand
hello.
side.
On the
And a
left.
sponge in the upper
Oh.
right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh no, I parked too low. Well, let's look at this thing for now.
It's starting to
That
get
is
chilly up here.
huge.
Okay.
That's rare.
Do you want to look at this thing, or do you want me to reposition? Because I thought I'd have this in view, but
Too low.
I don't.
Do you see any living polyps in view?
No.
Okay.
You're gonna have to approach this one from
No,
the
if
side.
Yeah.
we could, yeah, to
I
get
thought I
up.
was gonna
It's
nail it. We're gonna
above
look up
the-
and see
It's
it.
taller than Hercules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how big this
It
is.
is large. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a square Scott.
Go wide.
I'm wide.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, full wide.
Man, that's
Is
huge.
this to the right?
Wow.
There's a little coral that is alive, it looks like.
Yeah, there's a small yellow one.
No, to the
little-
right,
to
like
the
at
Light feathery
3,
one.
there's a...
Oh yeah, that's another
Oh,
Chrysogorgidae.
yeah.
There's a squat
Oh my
lobster
gosh,
on
this thing
this.
is
Nice.
So I'll come around this
Where's the squat
outside.
lobster?
Very
Oh, I see
left
it on the
branch.
end, yeah.
So take a look at what's there.
It looks like
too.
there's kind of like lumps on the right side
There's another
of some
big
of the
coral
edge
there.
Oh,
in between
underneath
some of
that?
the webbing.
Yeah.
Ah.
Did we get any Argus
just-
captures
just
of
pointing it
this?
out.
Yeah, no. I
Oh
know.
yeah, let me do
I
Yeah.
just
that.
don't wanna. I don't wanna hit it.
Here,
I think I'll be.
Peyton.
I think I'll be clear of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Ready?
you can come up here.
And all
Yeah.
that stuff that we saw
There you go.
coming
Thank
up
you
this
very much.
cliff came from this
Are you
as
good?
well.
Think so.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Did you get it?
Hana,
Can I
those
get it?
things on the
Can I get
underside
it?
that are kind of bulbous and rounded as part of the structure, is
On
that
the under
Right under the lasers.
no on the underside of this coral that we're looking at? Like they're rounded.
By the
Oh,
holdfast?
I'm gonna give you some
like
leaves.
the
no, like
main
in
branches.
the center
Yeah.
of the...
Oh,
Is that typical part of the formation? They just seem kind of out of place.
they could be like a form of like a growth or like a tumor,
It's a
which
nice view.
sometimes, yeah, it looks.
Are you wide on Argus?
Can you get grabs?
Oh, is
there?
there a living coral
Yeah.
right there in center screen? A little bit towards the bottom. It's
looks-
pinkish.
I think we're moving a little close.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh,
we are a little close.
I
Squat
don't
lobster.
think
Oh,
it's
yeah, we're
alive
very
because
close.
it's so brittle.
No, it's kind of hanging down towards the base. It's brightly colored compared to everything else. If you look at the lasers and go straight
Oh,
down
I
a little
think I
bit,
see what
it's
you mean.
right above the shrimp right now.
Right above the
Well, the shrimp moved,
So
but
this wall to my
so look at the
right.
lasers, look
Okay.
down halfway through the screen, and then start turning to the left. If you see the base
What
where
about
it's
landing
attached.
on top of
I
that?
think I see
Oh,
it. Is it
I
like a
don't-
little pinkish?
Yeah, it's a little. It's brightly colored compared to the rest of
Oh, on the bottom.
it. Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Can we get a zoom in on that? Like like 6 o'clock center.
Yeah. Six
Ish.
center.
Center.
I guess I just zoom in then?
Yeah.
Does that work? Summer?
Yeah, go ahead, zoom in.
Okay.
Oh, I get what you mean, the backside.
That does look like a piece
Well-
that's alive. That's interesting.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Ah,
Wow.
look at the shrimp swimming against the current.
And that's
Oh,
only like 10
majestic.
centimeters wide.
Yeah, it's small. Could we zoom out and see the whole colony?
I'm full wide
This little
on both.
Yeah, I'm just
Of the
setting up
large
to
one.
really
Oh,
try
okay.
to get like land and then get some really good shots.
Cool.
Just trying to find a good ledge. Okay.
This little squat lobster's like protecting his domain.
Is there any ledges slightly above it that you can land on it and
Yeah.
look down?
Cause I
Oh, there you go. Right on that one.
like right.
There's so many crinoids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, nice park job.
Now we can do the
Excellent.
fun things.
It is.
Nice landing.
That was a
Thank you.
nice landing.
Yeah, I
third time's
think
a charm.
these clumps might be.
Where
they
would you
look
like to zoom in on?
growths.
Just
Right
Yeah,
there on
that's
those
good.
clumps.
cool.
You can get some stills of that.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there might be some live polyps still on this side.
Where?
On the right, it's more pink.
Is
like
it?
a pink
Is it a
tan.
crinoid?
No,
There's
no.
Are you sure?
I think that's a squat lobster also.
there's a squat lobster and a brittle star on it.
Could we, do you want to look at the ones at the base?
Yeah, we could, yeah. So this right side looks like it has more color, like it might still be slightly alive than say like towards the center, but I think it's slowly dying. I wonder if that's a completely different coral. It looks quite
pink one?
small, yeah. Oh, what's to the left of that?
Oh, it's a tiny little.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
To the left of it? Is that
Yeah,
an anemone?
I don't know that it's
So
an anemone.
tiny.
Can we
think
zoom in on
so.
it again?
On the
Yeah.
anemone?
Yeah, the anemone looking thing.
Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry. Go.
I think
That's
so. I feel
full
like I can see
zoom.
the central mouth.
Is it an anemone? Oh, I think so, yeah. I think this smaller pink coral might be a different species. I don't know that it's the same species. Oh, there's some live polyps. You definitely see them out.
Oh, yeah. At the
Zo-
base.
yeah, zoom out a little bit. So the,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that side of it is alive on that side, which you can see it's a little more pink in color.
If you look up a little bit, I'll zoom in on that part above that first branch, Summer.
Yeah.
Because that part does look alive.
Uh-huh.
Is that too much?
No, because look,
Okay.
there's
Yeah,
some
this
stuff alive
is-
there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the polyps aren't out, but they're inside, but you can see them. Huh. Wow. Let's zoom out and then go more to the left if we can zoom in, like
To the
top
left?
left. Yeah. Perfect.
Is that a different coral species? Or
I think growing off of it.
Yeah.
I think this colony's still alive. It's kind of struggling, but there seems to still be live polyps there. That looks like it might be the zigzag. The thin one sticking out. Yeah.
Oh,
I
the
think
zigzag.
that-
Yeah.
I think that's, what's the genus on that guy?
Madrepora CF oculata.
There we are.
That
And
ship's
some of
eye
it's
is very
yellow and some of it's
reflective.
white.
Uh-huh. I think it might
Yellow
be
seems
dying
to have
too.
some polyps on it.
Green-ish.
Hermit crab.
Oh,
It's a squat lobster hiding in there.
interesting.
Actually, it looks like it's
At
just
12
getting
o'clock.
coated.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking at that. Because it does look like it's coming off the main colony. Interesting. Oh, there's a shrimp. Because this piece doesn't really look alive.